welcome back to our show, your show, Let's Talk Stocks. In studio with us this morning is Mr. Mark Johnson and is the Senior Installation Supervisor at Konnexx Services Jamaica Limited. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Thanks for having me, sir.
All right, absolutely great to have you, man. So we've been chatting with Konnexx a little bit. You're doing a number of things, but when you speak to Senior Installation Supervisor, installation, what exactly are we talking about?
All right, installation is the department in Konnexx that deal with the installation for Digicel. So we're a partner with Digicel that do the installation. So we install the TV service, internet, and telephone.
So it's TV, internet and telephone.
Service. Yes, sir.
And Konnexx does all of that
Yes,
for
sir.
Digicel. So, and it brings sharply into focus how things have changed. You know, when we're talking about companies, so it means Digicel has outsourced all of that, the installation, the structuring of their network to Konnexx Services.
Yes, sir.
Your Konnexx Services is operating pretty much like some of the big multinationals that we've heard. When you talk about a company, you expect the company to be doing its own business. That's the Jamaican view of a company. You build your own company, you're doing your own little thing. Or if you get a contract, it's maybe a contract from the government or so on. But you now are, on behalf of Digicel, putting in the infrastructure for not only cable,
Right.
meaning TV
TV
services, internet services,
and also
their telephone services.
Yes, sir.
On a daily basis, how you see your team around the island?
Daily we have different assignments. We also cater for the LT side of the service also. That's for the rural area that we cannot reach directly with the wiring, the direct wiring. So we have a LT system that we do also.
LT,
Yes,
explain a little bit more for us.
Well, the LT is for the persons who live in the rural area that we cannot run, our Digicel have not built out the plan to accommodate landline infrastructure, so we have the LTE system to accommodate that side of the area until we reach that side.
You're trying to give as much coverage as possible.
Definitely.
Konnexx Services, you do operate not only in Jamaica, because Digicel is all over the region.
Yes, sir.
Would you travel across the region then to look at these installation and manage these structures for them?
Well, I've traveled, we are all over in the Caribbean, but for me, I've only traveled to Dominica. Yes, so I've traveled in Dominica to do assessment on the installation, get the team in that country up to the standard of the Digicel side of Jamaica. So we have been to Dominica so far.
As you speak about the standard, can we assume Jamaica to be the standard by which others are judged, and therefore across the region we're looking to bring people up to the same standard, or are they there already?
All right, so the standard really, they're there now, but remember Digicel started off the installation section in Jamaica. So we lead by example. So we would have already gathered all the information, the do's and the not. So we gather all those knowledge and then we pass it on to the other Caribbean countries.
Talk to me about some of the careers that exist in your installation division at Konnexx, because again, when we look at careers in Jamaica, persons tend to look at the lawyer, the doctor, etc. But we're now finding that people are leaving university and moving into some of these non-traditional areas.
Yeah, that's true. So the career, it's vice versa. We're installers, engineer. So we are capable of doing a lot of IT work. We basically are well-rounded in the skill areas. So a lot of, if we have any infrastructure like to build out, the installation department can also choose from within the technicians. It's a very flexible set of individual within the installation department.
What are the circumstances? So you mentioned you personally have been to
Dominica.
Dominica.
Yes, sir.
Oh, not Dominican Republic. What are the circumstances in which Jamaican engineers in the installation department would be required to go to any other country across the region?
All right. So basically, if Digicel is launching a new product in one of a different Caribbean island, so for instance, installation in the FTTH side,
Yeah.
we Jamaicans are the leading one in it. We call it fiber to the home. So basically, they will ask us to assist in teaching the other countries to at least get them up to par, to at least understand the basic knowledge, and then they will continue on their own.
Talk to me a little bit more about that fiber to the home. Is it a new technology? Has it always been there? Why would we need to be out there training these guys?
All right, so fiber of the home, it's new to a lot of the Caribbean country because they normally use coaxial. That's hybrid fiber. But now Digicel started off with using only fiber optic cables. So we do not use the hybrid fiber. So it's a much faster network than the hybrid system.
How, well, I was just about to ask you what are the benefits of moving over to FTH?
Yes, it's a more faster speed, more reliable. It's more efficient, and it's allow you to do much faster upload and download if you're that type of tech person. So it's much a reliable service than the previous Konnexx system.
Incidentally, so most people, we're talking about installation, fiber to the home, most people then associate it with use of Wi-Fi or other technology for home purposes. But how important is it as we look now at building out for commercial companies and so on?
It's very important, basically the home fiber system is for more entertainment. But basically everything is going into the digital world. So basically most business personnel would want a fast speed internet service. So that's where Digicel would have a more leverage in the market because the fiber to the home is straight fiber optic cable, which allow you to be browsing more faster than the average fiber-based services.
We know a lot of time was spent building out the infrastructure across Jamaica and certainly across the region. Again, home and regular users based purposes. How much has the technology changed, especially as it relates to commercial and business and their needs and demands on your system?
Yes, it's a very reliable service that we offer. So basically people opted to use the service, meaning the fiber to the home, or whether business personnel, because everything is evolving in the internet. So basically you would want a stable system to operate from. So basically the fiber to the home, fiber to the business is really the best way to go now.
Fiber is the way
that everybody going. Definitely.
Are we seeing you having to make lots of changes as the technology change, or some business plan and say, well, we're planning for the next 3 years, 5 years? How rapidly are things changing, and how that impacts your ability to give continuous and reliable service, as you said, to the consumers?
Well, it's an ever-changing, evolving world, So basically, they would have already done the researches and know that the equipment, the devices that will be required to upgrade, so that just in case you have to switch over to something new, it wouldn't be a rebuilding system. It would be already there already. So they would have already planned 3-5 years in advance to gather all those information, just in case a better technology arises.
Yeah, and finally, as we look to wrap up this interview, again in the constantly changing, constantly evolving world of technology, how many persons are we seeing heading out of the traditional careers and heading into, is that a big step? A lot of people now wanting to go into the technological world?
Yes, I would say yes. The technology is always developing. People are now finding out that being a technician, you will get more rounded and you have more opportunities. So most person who enter into a technician world will definitely be, it's technician don't only mean that you'll be installing service that the company provide, but you can be asked to assist in different areas. So you know it's always good to broaden your mindset when you're doing the technology type of work.
All right, absolutely great to have you, Mark. As the technology change and more things become dependent upon you and your team to ensure that we have stable internet service right across. So thank you for coming. As we always say here on Let's Talk Stocks, we give you information to make better financial decisions. Come back with us tomorrow morning at 9 when we have another great program lined up for you.